Hello friends, this is Lindsay for So Fontsy. Thanks so much for joining me for another video tutorial. If you've ever been curious about how to turn these arabesque tiles into ornaments, then this is the video for you because we'll be showing you how to apply a vinyl design, finish off the backs, and add a ribbon to turn the tiles into some very beautiful and popular ornaments. So besides the tile itself, which you can find at a home improvement store, so I found these at Lowe's, you'll also need some permanent vinyl like CRICUT 651 to apply to the tile, and a cutting machine to cut out the design. So the design I'm using are these adorable snowman faces from the November bundle. So there's a link in the video description to check that out. And I'm cutting them out with my CRICUT maker. However, you can use, whatever cutting machine that you have, because we'll also, show you how to finish the back with some felts and add a ribbon to make it into an ornament. So let's go ahead and get started. First, open up your design software. This is CRICUT Design Space, and upload the snowman face, which I found was sized perfectly for these tiles that I picked up from Lowe's. But if you were using maybe a different shaped tile, you could always just delete the outline around the design and just use the face part. So you can see in the layers panel that there are 3 different elements to the design. There's the eyes, mouth part, the nose, and the outline. And there's 2 different colors. There's black and orange. And we are going to make just some minor changes to this. So go ahead and ungroup the design. And then we can work with each part separately. So since the eyes, mouth, and the outline are all going to be cut in black vinyl, I'll go ahead and select them all and then attach those together. Then the next thing is just to click Make It. And on the next screen, you'll see that just the design has already been sorted into 2 different mats. So you've got the one with the black elements and then the other with the orange. And because we attached all the black elements together before we clicked Make It, then they all stayed together in the same place. They didn't move from their relative positions from one another, which is exactly what we want to cut them out. You don't need to mirror these images because we're cutting them out of adhesive vinyl, not out of HTV or iron-on vinyl. So then click Continue and connect your CRICUT. I'm connecting the CRICUT maker via Bluetooth. Then you need to set your base material and load the tools and materials into the machine and on your mat. And it's really nice that CRICUT Design Space will tell you, what blade to use and what clamp to put it in and all that. And then load the mat and press go to start cutting. So the CRICUT will start cutting out the first color, and then when it's done, you'll be prompted to unload the mat and put on the second color of vinyl. And then you would just load the mat back in and press go, and it would cut out that second color of vinyl. And if you had a snowman that had other colorful elements to it, then you do the exact same thing to cut out all of those. And then once you're done with cutting out all the vinyl pieces, then unload the mat, and you're going to weed out the excess vinyl from around the designs. And you can use whatever weeding tool that you like. I've always found that a just regular hand sewing needle has worked well for me, but use whatever you feel comfortable with. Then you'll need some transfer tape to transfer these pieces of vinyl. So cut a piece of transfer tape that's a little bigger than the whole design. And you want to lay that piece down with the scraper over that black vinyl and burnish it down really, really well. And then flip it over and remove the vinyl backing. Then here's a little tip that I find makes it really easy to place vinyl is to replace that vinyl backing with a piece of translucent parchment paper. Because you can see through it and it's going to make it easier to line up on the tile. So grab that tile, make sure it's nice and clean. So rub it down with some rubbing alcohol if necessary, and let that dry before applying the vinyl. Then take a piece of blue painter's tape and apply it to the top of the decal and then arrange that vinyl decal onto the tile with the parchment still attached to the back. It's nice, you can see through that parchment, so I did find that it was a lot easier to line it up. And then when it's exactly where you want it, press that painter's tape down onto the tile and onto your work surface underneath to hold it in place. And then you're going to use that tape as a hinge to fold back the transfer tape. And then you can remove the parchment from underneath it. So just slide that away and then fold the transfer tape back down. And that painter's tape holds the vinyl or holds the transfer tape in place. So when you fold it back down, it's exactly where you had it lined up before. So burnish that vinyl down really, really well. And remove that transfer tape. And the transfer tape is still a little sticky, so I'm actually going to use it to apply the nose. And so, you know, I'll take this piece of transfer tape and transfer this orange nose onto it. And then because it is such a small piece, I don't have a problem just eyeballing the placement and sticking it down onto the tile. But if you wanted to, you could use the same method as before with the parchment paper and the hinge method to apply it. And then you have the most adorable little snowman or snowwoman. And then we'll go ahead and finish off the back of the ornament so it's beautiful from both sides. So take a piece of felt. This is just some craft felt from the craft store. And you're going to trace around the felt with a pen. And then cut out that piece of felt with a pair of scissors. And if you cut just slightly inside of the pen line on the felt, then you'll be cutting off that mark and it won't be seen on your finished ornament. Next, you're going to need your glue gun, so turn that on and heat it up, and you'll want to grab some thin ribbon to use to hang the ornament, and then like a little bit wider decorative ribbon. So when that glue gun is nice and hot, cut just a small piece of the thin ribbon, and you're going to glue it to the back of the tile at the top of it. So do make sure that you are applying that glue to the top of the ornament. I did actually accidentally apply it to the bottom. So when I realized that, luckily I was able to fix it and then put it on the right way around. So just check that before you start applying things. And I found these pink silicone finger protectors that I got at the dollar store really effective because you can apply that hot glue, press the ribbon down, and then actually use your silicone protected finger to press that ribbon into the glue while it dries, and it's really, really secure. And then you're going to do the same thing with the wider ribbon. You'll just apply the ribbon so that both edges extend out to either side of the tile. And then you can flip it over and tie it into a beautiful bow. But then you'll also need to apply the felt to the back. So just run some hot glue around the back, and then you can press the felt onto it to adhere it. So that is how you make these arabesque tile ornaments. I think the snowman faces are just so adorable. You can make one for like each member of your family. And then when you finish off the backs with the felt, there's a lot you could do to personalize it, like press some HTV, you know, with a message or a monogram, a name, a year. If you have an embroidery machine, you could embroider something on the felt before you adhere it to the back. So you can really customize these and make them super special. So I know you found the snowman faces as cute as I did. So there's a link in the video description to those in the November bundle. They're super cute. So click on that to check it out. And then that's all I had for today's project, you guys. So thanks so much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye.